Hi everyone. So I thought I would give you a coronavirus update from the osteopathic and naturopathic perspective. So my name's Josh. I am an osteopath, a naturopath and a pain management specialist. I'm going to talk to you today about the immune system and how you can actually help to boost your immune system in order to help to fight the disease. So the first thing I'd like to say is you need to follow and keep up to date with all the government's advice on prevention, on washing your hands, on self-isolation, avoidance of social contact, and the situation is evolving continuously, as I'm sure you will understand, so keep yourself up to date and do follow the government's advice as a primary thing. This video is more to gain an understanding of health rather than just an understanding of disease. So I'd like to talk about a great irony, given the current panic that's going on with the coronavirus. And the irony is that the more you panic about the coronavirus, or more you get stressed out about it, thinking, okay, well, like all the surfaces I'm touching, they're infected by disease, or seeing that all the contact that you have with your hands in your environment, that continuous focus on the disease itself creates anxiety and stress. That stress and that anxiety actively reduce your immune system if it is prolonged, and therefore makes you less likely to be able to fight the disease if you catch it, and overall more likely to catch it in the first place. So if you can, I know it's difficult, but we're going to teach you how, try to do everything you can to remain calm and relaxed and still take all the precautions necessary. So, thousands of people have already fought coronavirus. There are thousands of people who have been infected with it and survived. It's primarily a pulmonary disease. It's a virus that infects the lungs, and the main complications occur with fluid buildup in the lungs, and it's severe in people who have previous long-term severe health conditions. So most people are going to survive this disease. So your immune system is a system within your body comprised of cells, white blood cells, that float around in your blood. They are created in your bones in adults. Let's draw a little femur here, very basic little femur. They are created in the bone marrow in adults, and during your childhood and your teenage years, up until your sort of mid-20s, white blood cells are also formed in an organ called your thymus, which sits just underneath your thyroid gland and behind your sternum. Now, your immune system creates cells that actively seek out, find and fight diseases wherever they may be in your body. And it's carried within both your circulatory systems, meaning your blood, your veins, your arteries, but also your lymphatic system. And we're going to talk a little bit about the function of both. So the first thing that you need to understand is that we have a heart. The heart pumps the blood around the body. The blood goes absolutely everywhere. If you were to take the blood cardiovascular system out of your body and put it next to you, you would have a complete picture of you standing there without anything missed out at all. Every single cell in your body needs a blood supply, it needs drainage, it needs nutrition. And the primary pump for this is the heart. However, muscles also, in the act of contracting them and relaxing them, pump the blood through the body. So movement is key for a healthy cardiovascular system and therefore a healthy immune system. Think about how much time, when you're self-isolating or when you're at work, that you're spending sitting down, not moving. All of that time, you're not assisting the natural circulation of blood around your body, and therefore not allowing those immune cells to get to the places they may need to if they're going to fight the infection. So movement is key. Blood carries the white blood cells. These white blood cells need an opportunity to get to the cells. They do so by detecting places in your body that have disease. Now, as soon as you have a disease, it creates an inflammatory reaction in your body. You get swelling, you get pain, you get redness, you get heat, and that's your body detecting that there's some invader that is coming into your system and it's initiating a response to start to fight it. The whole reason you have heat is because bacteria don't operate at high temperatures, but your immune system operates very well at high temperatures. The reason why you have swelling is because the fluid that's excreted from the cells and from the vessels It creates like a swimming pool for all of the immune cells to swim around in and fight the bacteria, but it also dilutes the concentration of the bacteria within that tissue space itself. And the reason you have pain is to highlight it to your brain and cause you to protect yourself. The reason you get sleepy is because you need a huge amount of energy to fight disease. So all of these things are natural responses and should be encouraged, and they need to be listened to. Now, the main routes of infection, particularly for viruses, are through your mouth and through your nose. Now, your lymphatic system, which is a system of circulation within your body that is very, very rich with immune cells. In fact, it's like a security system for your entire bloodstream that helps to screen for any kind of diseases in your blood. Primary lymphatic organs that help to act like gatekeepers to your internal organs are located in your tonsils at the back of your throat in here. And these tonsils screen for anything that's coming in through your mouth. You also have your adenoids in the back of your nose. Now, your adenoids in here screen everything that comes in through your nose before it circulates into your sinuses. It goes down into your lungs and into your respiratory system. So the first thing you should be doing if you're thinking about protecting yourself is breathing through your nose more often. There is more exposure to lymphatic organs if you inhale through the nose than there is if you inhale through the mouth. You're more likely to be able to fight that infection and pick it up sooner. So start breathing through your nose. Now, your lymphatic system and your immune system, we mentioned stress in the beginning. So what the key things to understand about stress is that stress is incredibly good for you. Without stress, we would get absolutely nothing done. It is an accelerator response that we use every single time we are needing to do something, that being exercise, that being thinking, that being concentrating, that being doing anything active. Your sympathetic stress response is triggered. That's very useful if it is triggered to get the task done. The problems arise when this stress response goes on for a prolonged period of time, such as days, weeks, or months, without having any kind of balance for relaxation within that. Now, initially, what happens is, the key and anatomical features to understand first are your brain. So your brain has to perceive that something is threatening or that something needs to be done, decide that it is going to get done. It then releases neural signals down your spinal cord into your adrenal glands, which are like little hats on top of your kidneys. These adrenal glands then release two key hormones. One, adrenaline, and two, cortisol. Adrenaline, you can think of this like the rapid response that causes the heart rate to increase, the go modes to be initiated, basically. So adrenaline increases your blood pressure. This is very useful if you want to help the blood to circulate faster to the tissues that it's needed, which are your muscles and your senses in order to sense and move better. It increases your heart rate and respiratory rate. So helping you oxygenate your blood better, increasing the blood pumping around your system as well. We're not going to go into any more detail about what adrenaline does. It plays roles in memory, it plays roles in attention, it plays roles in other functions of your body. But these are the two things that I want you to appreciate, as they are the main feelable responses of adrenaline. Cortisol, on the other hand, acts in the blood, not just the nervous system, which adrenaline has an effect on, but it releases sugars. So overall, cortisol is like the galvanizer of the resources. So it tells all of your body to release the sugars from your fat stores, from your liver, in order to provide your body with the energy that it needs to be able to use its adrenaline to get things done. So it releases sugars, but the key thing that cortisol does, and this is why it's bad in the long term, is it suppresses inflammation. So remember we talked about the heat, the pain, the redness, the swelling that you get when your body is trying to fight disease. Cortisol, and if you've ever been to the hospital and had a steroid injection, it's exactly the same chemical that's released by your adrenal glands that it is when you get an injection to try and reduce your inflammation, suppresses your inflammatory response, and therefore suppresses the ability for the immune system to fight disease when you've got it. So lowering cortisol, or having only a short spike of cortisol, is vital if you want to be better at fighting the coronavirus, for example, or any other disease that you want to get rid of. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of better understanding of what the immune system does, where it's located, your cardiovascular system, your lymphatic system. It is a cellular response, so there's plenty of white blood cells that are going to do the actual fighting of the disease. It requires muscle contraction, it requires movement, it requires a low stress response, so relaxation, to function properly. The other things it requires are a good diet, and an idea for a good diet is having as many different colours that are produced by natural sources on your plate, ensuring you get at least 40 grams of protein a day, ensuring that your carbohydrate beige food intake is relatively low, less saturated fats, particularly if they're fried as well, and make sure you get plenty of fruit and vegetables. As a basic overall diet, that is going to be one that is going to contain a lot of the nutrients your immune system needs. Specifically, if you want to supplement, you need to be supplementing vitamin C, at least 1,000 milligrams, zinc, B vitamins, and magnesium, but supplement that separate to the zinc that you're going to be taking. Your immune system also needs very good sleep. So making sure that you get at least 8 hours of sleep a night is going to help you to lower the levels of cortisol in your blood and switch to the immune system, the resting functions of your body. So try to breathe, relax, move, spend time around people that you enjoy spending time around with. I know that's difficult at the moment, but if you can talk to them on the phone, that also helps. The immune system is strongest when we are feeling good in ourselves, about ourselves, and in our environment. That feeling of like warmth that you get when you're around a loved one, or that feeling like after Christmas dinner that you get where you're sitting by a fire and everything is just comfortable and safe. That is when your immune system is at its peak. So the more time you can spend feeling like that, the better you're going to be at fighting this disease. The next video we're going to work on is specific exercises to induce that state and improve your lung capacity and your ability to breathe. So stay tuned.